Now, this weekend, Britain's most famous choirmaster is taking on an exciting Easter challenge.
Yeah, Gareth Malone will be staging his own performance of Bach's St John Passion on its 300th anniversary.
But instead of working with a professional choir, he has recruited 8 amateur singers with untapped talent. Here's a sneak preview.
Like many of the candidates today, Marnes from Bristol doesn't read music. But she does have a background singing pop. Fellow Bristolian Astrid also enjoys singing at her local church. Evan from Cardiff plays the flute and saxophone and has a notably rich singing voice. Mark's an entertainer from Cwmbran. Summer lives in Cardiff but came to Britain as a baby when her family moved from Egypt.
Yeah.
Student Rhiannon is also from Cwmbran.
Cool.
Gareth is here with us now. It looks incredible.
It was certainly a challenge.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's a big... Well, for those lovely singers, they could all sing when I put the word out. I was looking for people who were all, you know, maybe in a pop choir or sang country and western, whatever, but had a good ear. But I then sort of slammed the great work of Bach down on the music stand.
And what is it in particular about this piece of music that makes it so challenging?
It's the scale. It's not running around the park, it's running a marathon. It's a big whopper of a piece. There's lots of different sections. Traditionally, it's sung in German, although I took a view on that because I thought that might be a bridge too far. But it's just, I think there's about 30 or 40 bits for them to learn. They're long. They don't go where you think they're going to go. You know, the tune sort of dots off, and you have to learn it by heart, really.
And we just heard that some of these I was going to call them contestants. They're not contestants. They've not got a competition.
Contenders.
No, they don't win.
Is it
Gladiators.
Yeah,
gladiators. Yeah, but they don't necessarily know how to read music off the page.
It was about half and half. I think one of them read music well. He'd done a music degree, but in jazz and playing, and hadn't sung before. But the rest of them, struggle with the reading. So the fact that they were able to learn it at all is miraculous. But it's not just the notes, it's the learning the style of it. It's got to sound like Bach.
So how do you learn it if you don't read music?
You just, and there are lots of online guides. There's lots of note bashing. I mean, the whole point of this for me is to say this isn't some highfalutin, you know, high art. This is a piece of music written by a man 300 years ago this year that is deeply felt, that is beautiful, that tells a powerful story that we all know, the Easter story, and it can be for everyone, and it can be, you know, if you've got a voice, you can make that change to sing this music. It's not so far away from you as you would think.
We're going to see it on telly over the next few days. I imagine it was quite an intense experience for those people, an emotional experience.
Hugely so, yes. And at the moment, so we have incredibly lucky to have the BBC singers. They came in and sang with them and coached them, and then stood shoulder to shoulder with my 8, and the BBC National Orchestra of Wales in Hodderknott Hall in Cardiff. So it was absolutely wonderful. And the moment when they sang that first opening chorus, and it was just chills, and they all burst into tears. It's such a powerful experience to do something like this.
And in that moment, there really is strength in numbers, isn't there? You need those people with you.
You do, but every member of the team has to know what they're doing, because, you know, you take one wrong turn and you're singing a very obvious wrong note. But my guys, well, I mean, watch and find out. I'm incredibly proud of them, and they're now converts to choral music. They've all 2 of them have auditioned successfully, got into the BBC National Chorus of Wales. Another one is waiting for a gap to come up. They can't get enough of it now, and hopefully this will encourage other people to go and get away, you know, take that next step into choral music.
Tell us the story, I don't know, maybe just pick 1 or 2 of them about what you watched, the journey they went on as they went through this.
I think the most powerful experience, I think, was Joy, who had a very torturous relationship with the church. Coming out as gay as a young woman, she was told she was going to burn in hell by somebody at her church, and had a very long journey back to faith. And singing this piece, which obviously is it is about the Easter story, I think was very meaningful for her. And you can see it etched in her face as she sings. Jake also, who is a drag queen, and this is perhaps a bit of a departure for him. And he just, he had a very big struggle because he's partially sighted. And he overcame that, learnt it, but mostly by ear. We had a huge tablet for him.
Oh, yeah, I saw in the pictures just then he was holding it really close to his face.
Yeah, he had to. We had to get a bigger one so he could move it away so that we could hear him, because he was sort of singing into his tablet. But he did incredibly well. They all did incredibly well.
Is this type of music, though, quite scary to start with?
It is.
It's not your entry level, is it?
I think it can be daunting, yeah. I mean, people will maybe have seen me do 2-minute pop songs on television, but this is, even for me, this is a big challenge. It's, I had to conduct a piece that's about 90 minutes long. You can watch the whole thing on Easter Sunday. It's a challenge, yeah. It's the depth of the material. It's about the big themes of life, hope, losing people, faith, death, joy. So yeah, it's technically challenging and it's emotionally challenging.
So if there are people watching this morning who, I don't know, might be singing in the shower, but who've never had a formal lesson...
There's hope for you.
Is it, really? I mean, what would you say? I mean, because
Yeah.
people will be intimidated by the idea of going to their local church or local fun choir and getting involved, but you're saying you shouldn't be put off.
I think for a long time I've encouraged people to go and join the local community choir, the can't sing, won't sing choir, and that's brilliant. But I think you get to a point where you maybe want the next challenge, and choral societies up and down the country, they need people to go and sing them, and it's more fun than it sounds. It really
There's the slogan.
more fun. Honestly, like you might think, go and sing a 300-year-old piece of music about death and life by Bach. Is that going to be fun? Yes, it is. And it's going to be challenging. It's going to be wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
And it sounds great. Thank you very much indeed, Gareth. Lovely to see you. And Gareth Malone's Easter Passion, it starts on Friday, Good Friday, on BBC One, 11:15 in the morning.
And the concert is on BBC Two. That's at 6 o'clock on Easter Sunday.
Perfect scheduling, isn't it, for the Easter weekend?
Yes.
Right, it's coming.